Well, it's a pleasure to bring a word of encouragement to you today. Um, During this time, Michelle and I have started a practice of reading a psalm together every night and talking about what God is revealing to us through His Word, and also spending some time in prayer. And so I wanted to share with you some of the encouragement that we received through Psalm 54. It is a song of David. It was written during the time that the Ziphites had gone to Saul and said, "Is not David hiding among us?" And so these are his words in Psalm 54. "Save me, O God, by your name. Vindicate me by your might. Hear my prayer, O God. Listen to the words of my mouth. Strangers are attacking me. Ruthless men seek my life, men without regard for God. Surely God is my help. The Lord is the one who sustains me. Let every evil recoil on those who slander me. In your faithfulness, destroy them. I will sacrifice a free will offering to you. I will praise your name, O Lord, for it is good. For he has delivered me from all my troubles, and my eyes have looked in triumph on my foes." What struck me as I read this was David's faith. He is in a dire situation. He is being hunted. His life is in danger. He's persecuted, and not for having done anything wrong whatsoever. And yet he places his trust in God. He says, "Save me, O God, by your name, by your might." He knows that God hears him. He's a man of prayer, a man that constantly goes to God. But in my conversation with Michelle, we just realized that David's faith was tested over and over again. And it's one thing to have faith when everything's out of your control, when there's nothing that you can do. And yet David was a man who trusted in God, not just when there was no other option, but there's multiple accounts where he had the option to take matters into his own hands. He could have killed Saul as he slept. He could have taken his life and ambushed him, but refused to, because he trusted God in all times, not just when there was no other option. And that to me is inspiring. And I love at the end of this psalm the words, "For he has delivered me from all my troubles." He's writing this with complete confidence in the Lord. He says, "He has delivered me from all my troubles." And yet, this is in the midst of persecution, in the midst of his life being in danger from his enemies. But that's the trust that he has in the faithfulness of God. And he goes on to say, "And my eyes have looked in triumph on my foes." Like I said, a word of encouragement for all of us who can struggle at times to put our full trust in God, and a great example of one who did throughout his life. And so may you go today encouraged with this example of a man after God's own heart. May we put our trust in God in the same way. God bless.